Mark Feldstein and Associates. Such a good drive, I could just squeal like a groundhog. We do have some moving maintenance on the eastbound 409 east of the 427, so it's two right lanes. They're probably going to tackle the entire thing. It's been pothole repair blitz week, so that's what the crew is doing. A bit of a delay on the east 409 from the 427. Stalled transport on the west 401 at Westney. Now it's tucked far into that right shoulder. A lot of lanes open through here, and it's wide open, no delay. So hopefully clear soon, though. West 401 delays Brimley to Kennedy in the Express. Warden to Victoria Park in the Collectors. Eastbound 401 delays between the 427 and 400. South 404 DVP busy south of Fidge to south of Lawrence in the Gardner Slope Parklawn to Jarvis. And that crash on the North 410 north of the 407 is gone. For all your personal and corporate tax accounting needs, call Mark Feldstein and Associates, Chartered Professional Accountants. Visit markfeldstein.ca, markfeldstein.ca. With the forecast, Jill Taylor.
It's the start of a sunny stretch that will take us right into next week. Right now, it is cool though. This morning, dress for a wind chill -7. It'll feel like -3 this afternoon with that north wind. Today's guaranteed high +3.
City News Time 9:32.
3 for 3. North America's woodchuck weather experts have spoken, and it looks like we're getting an early spring. Now, it does match what we've been seeing and experiencing lately as milder temperatures move in, and now a long stretch of sunshine is here.
And 6 Cities Laura Carney with the latest on Groundhog Day.
Step aside, meteorologist. It's the marmot's turn to predict the weather.
That's right, woodchuck chuckers. It's Groundhog Day!
First up this morning was a cozy and sleepy Shubenacadie Sam who didn't want... Tawny Phil had to say,
Glad tidings on this Groundhog Day! An early spring is on the way!
so it all came down to Wyerton Willie, the albino groundhog. Would he complete the spring sweep?
No shadow he saw, no sun came out. It's an early spring!
The actual first day of spring is March 19th. Laura Carney, City News. Well, thousands of residents in the Rosedale and St. Jamestown neighborhoods were affected by a large power outage last night, trapping people inside elevators and subway cars and causing major traffic issues. 680's Kevin Meisner tells us a raccoon is getting the blame.
We like to think we live in harmony with our raccoon overlords here in Toronto. Then something like this happens. Power knocked out around 7:40 last night to a huge area stretching from St. Clair down to Gerrard Avenue Road over to the Don Valley Parkway. Lee lives on the 31st floor of this condo near Sherbourne and Wellesley.
You see everybody on the balcony with their flashlights and all that stuff, just kind of waiting around. You hear people yelling and oh, what's happening?
I broke the news to Derek that a raccoon took out the power. He is less than sympathetic.
I can't believe that. That's just ridiculous.
Apparently the raccoon was the only casualty.
Sadly, poor animal, but that's what it gets for going into a place it shouldn't go.
The power outage also shut down part of Line 1 of the subway. Power was restored around 10:15 last night. Near Sherbourne and Wellesley, Kevin Meisner, City News.
You are listening to City News 680. Well, happening soon, the Supreme Court of Canada is set to release its decision on whether or not Premier Doug Ford can keep his cabinet mandate letters out of public view. 680's Irene Prekla joining us live now with details. Good morning, Irene.
Good morning, Steve. A mandate letter tells a cabinet minister what's expected of them, the premier's priorities for their role. Premier Doug Ford and his government have been trying to keep the 2018 letters secret. After the election, the CBC tried to get access to them through the Freedom of Information Law, but the government said no. The CBC then appealed to the Privacy Commissioner, who said the letters had to be released. Several court cases later that ruled in the CBC's favor. The Ford government appealed to the Supreme.
미시사가 한인 덴탈
News.
As the mayor and the deputy prime minister get set to hold a joint news conference this afternoon. Chow has said the city needs $250 million just this year alone. But just how much funding the city will get is in question. But yesterday, the mayor seemed optimistic.
As to precisely how much it is for Toronto, we are a city, not a province. They are working that out with us. You will hear an announcement about that funding contribution very soon.
I'll have more from the news conference once it wraps up. Momin Qureshi, City News.
Now, 3 people have been found dead inside of a Richmond Hill home after police got called out to do a wellness check. Our Carl Hansky is at the scene near Yonge and Highway 7.
Police officers guard the house here at 27 McKay Drive in Richmond Hill, which is sealed off by yellow crime scene tape. It was officers who found the bodies of 3 people inside the home when they entered the house yesterday to do a wellness check. Residents say the home is divided into 2 units, and they wonder which of their neighbors are dead.
On the main floor, a husband, wife, and 2 children.
And then in the basement, there's renters.
And in the basement, another couple and a child, apparently. Crazy.
You don't know which ones, sir?
No, I don't.
Police won't say where in the home the bodies were located. We also don't know the ages of the victims or their relationship to one another. Police will only say they're not looking for any suspects, which suggests murder-suicide. In Richmond Hill, Carl Hansky, City News.
An unusual storyline has emerged from day 1 of NHL All-Star festivities at Scotiabank Arena. 680's Alex Sixero has that story.
Michael Bublé and mushrooms. Yes, I did not think we would be talking about that this morning, but Bublé, who was one of these celebrity captains in last night's draft, was having a lot of fun. And by a lot, I mean a lot.
My buddy told me this is just an overdose of mushrooms, and he was lying. So, I'll be honest, I thought I was in Blades of Glory for most of the time that I was out there until it sort of settled down, and then I realized, holy I'm in the NHL All-Star Game.
Now, after the event, Bublé was having dinner with Steve Dangle of the SDPN podcast and clarified he was joking about the whole mushrooms thing. Sure, okay, gotcha. Meanwhile, Austin Matthews and co-captain Morgan Riley selecting William Nylander and Mitch Marner, so the 4 Leafs will team up for the All-Star Game tomorrow. The skills competition goes this evening. $1 million goes to the winner. Alex Sixero, City News.
And look, an asteroid as big as a skyscraper is said to pass within nearly 3 million kilometers of Earth today. Astronomers say there's no chance of hitting us, as it'll pass 7 times the distance from Earth to the moon. Now, NASA believes the space rock is between 210 and 480 meters across, similar in size to the Empire State Building in New York City. Now, the asteroid isn't expected to pass by Earth again until 2032. By that time, it'll be 72 million kilometers away.
Coming up in 30 seconds, we'll find out where the price of gas is going.
City News Time, 9:39.
Buildings should be designed for everyone, including the 1 in 4 Canadians living with a disability. Rick Hansen Foundation Accessibility Certification Training teaches those responsible for designing and managing buildings how to create inclusive spaces. Learn how to improve accessibility and inclusion for people with disabilities. Residents of Ontario are eligible for free tuition thanks to funding provided by the Government of Ontario. Apply before March 14th. Learn more at rickhansen.com/courses.
And now, the City News gas price update, and Pro predicts the price will drop a cent at midnight, down to $1.44.9 a liter.
City News Time, 9:40.
A rich life means different things to different people. With a Flexi line from Capital Direct, you have the freedom to invest now and in your future on your terms. Whether it's a new business venture or that kitchen reno you've been thinking about, we have the solution. Could you use $80,000, $280,000, or even $2.8 million? If you're ready to take the next step, call Capital Direct at 1-800-NEW-CAPITAL and let's get started on your financial journey. CapitalDirect.ca.
Hi, Nancy here from Speedy Glass. As windshield experts, we know that a small chip can quickly become a big crack. If your windshield is cracked, you need to replace it right away, and now is the best time to do so. For a limited time only, receive a $25 gas gift card by replacing your windshield with one of our certified experts. We'll get you back on the road quickly, and with an extra $25 in your pocket. Hurry! This offer ends on March 1st. Visit speedyglass.ca to book an appointment at the service center nearest you. Details and conditions at speedyglass.ca.
City News Time, 9:41.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Craig Gear.
This report is brought to you by OLGC Radio. Eastbound 409, moving maintenance, pothole repair week. East of the 427, the 2 right lanes are blocked off. Delays from the 427. On the eastbound 401, slow past Dixie and the collectors. Seeing if there might be an issue here south of Pearson near the transfer, but I don't see anything. Slow on the east 401 Dixon up to the 400 Express collectors. Enter Keel in the collectors. Westbound, still with that stalled truck here at Westney. So this was called in by the MTO as a vehicle fire earlier. I never did see anything, smoke or whatnot, so it was very minor, but it's still sitting here west 401 at Westney in the right shoulder. Lots of live lanes open. All the live lanes are open, and it's not busy at all. It does slow on the west 401, Brimley to Kennedy in the Express, and Warden to Victoria Park in the Collectors. South 404, a bit busy at Major Mackenzie, and then south of Finch to south of Lawrence. Eastbound Gardner, slow between Park Lawn and the Jarvis ramp. Saturday's Lotto 649 Gold Ball jackpot is $40 million, plus the classic $5 million jackpot. Buy tickets in-store or olg.ca. Play responsibly, 18 plus. With the forecast, Jill Taylor.
Sun and cloud for you today. It is on the chilly side still, though, with that north wind. Feels like -7. It'll feel like -3 this afternoon. The guaranteed high today is +3 degrees. That's above average, though. The average high is -2. We'll drop to -4 for the low, but the average low is about -9 or -10. So we're well above average, and that stretch will continue, too, along with the sunshine. Above average temperatures. 3 degrees tomorrow, plenty of sunshine. Sunshine on Sunday up to +5. And looks great for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'll tell you more about that in the next report. Right now, we've got cloud, sun, 0 at Pearson, +1 at City News. The guaranteed high, 3.
City News Time, 9:43.
Now the Market Minute, live from the Business Center. Here's Mike Apple.
Hey, Sarah. Good morning. Good morning, Steve. Looking at the markets pulled back just a little bit on some, but not all of the benchmarks. The U.S. labor market stats for January were way above forecast for job creation, 353,000. That'll likely keep the U.S. Federal Reserve on the sidelines for interest rates for the near term. The Dow Jones is down 140 points, being weighed on by Apple, which is down 2.5%, even as it had a huge quarter on earnings. Slowdown in sales kind of weighing on Apple right now. The flip side is the NASDAQ, which is up 103 points with shares of Meta Platforms and Amazon surging in the early trade on their blowout earnings performances. And Shopify on Bay Street also up 4.9%, kind of tied back to the Amazon story. The TSX, though, is down 158 points with Bank Gold and some of the energy producers down this morning. Indigo Books and Music up by 41% after getting a privatization bid from majority shareholder Trilogy Partners. At the City News Business Center, I'm Mike Apple.
Score more summer savings with this week's Wowza at Food Basics. Get 255 to 345 grams Swanson or Healthy Choice dinners for just $2.98 each. Only until February 7th. Food Basics. Always more for less.
Easiest free drink ever. A free smoothie or booster plan just for having a name, and the Booster Rewards app. Redeem your free drink when your name comes up on Booster Juice Social. 2 names per day each day this month. Valid in store only. Download the Booster Rewards app.
Ontario is building up our nursing workforce. Since 2018, over 80,000 new nurses have registered to work in Ontario. Last year, we added a record 17,000 new nurses with another 30,000 nursing students in school. We're investing millions in new programs that pay for nurses' education and breaking down barriers so they can get to work sooner. Learn more at ontario.ca/yourhealth. Paid for by the Government of Ontario.
Watch, listen, connect. This is City News 680. Everywhere.
We have sunshine in downtown Toronto. It's 1 degree. Good morning. I'm Sarah Parrott.
And I'm Steve Roberts. Here are the top stories right now.
Groundhogs around North America have all predicted an early spring as Wyerton Willie, Shubenacadie Sam, and Punxsutawney Phil did not see their shadows this morning. Now it coincides with the weather we've experienced lately with milder temperatures and a nice stretch of sunshine starting today. The first day of spring is March 19th. Toronto is set to receive funding from the federal government to support refugees, but how much? We will find out when Mayor Olivia Chow and the Deputy Prime Minister, Chrystia Freeland, hold a news conference this afternoon. It's time for sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here's Alex Xero.
Sarah, good morning. NHL All-Star Weekend continues this evening, and how about this for a grand prize?
$1 million.
Yeah, not bad. The 12 All-Stars taking part in the revamped Skills Challenge will have plenty of reasons to try really hard this evening. Toronto's Austin Matthews and William Nylander will both take part in the coverage on Sportsnet begins at 7 from Scotiabank Arena. Meanwhile, it sounds like the World Cup of Hockey is returning next year. Frank Saravelli of Daily Faceoff reporting that this afternoon, the NHL and the PA will announce details of an international competition set to be hosted in Boston and Montreal. Sounds like 4 countries will take part: Canada, the U.S., Sweden, and Finland. Sitting 1-1 on their 6-game road trip, the Raptors take on the Houston Rockets this evening. The first time Toronto was going up against Fred VanVleet since he left in the summer. Raptors listing Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, and Jakob Poeltl questionable. Sportsnet 1 will have that at 8. News from Boston this morning: Theo Epstein has rejoined the Red Sox as he will be a senior advisor with Fenway Sports Group. Epstein was the man in charge of putting the 2004 Red Sox together. They won the World Series, ending an 86-year championship drought. And we will hear from the newest Blue Jay this afternoon. Justin Turner will speak with the media just after 1 o'clock. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Voudriez-vous apprendre une autre langue?
Would you like to learn another language? Como l'italiano? Like Italian. O español? Or Spanish. With Babbel, learning a language is fácil, easy. Lessons take just 10 minutes a day and are voiced by real native speakers designed for all levels of learners. Right now, Babbel is offering radio listeners 55% off their subscription. Visit babbel.com/radio. That's BABBEL.com/radio for 55% off.
Waking up with sore muscles from an old mattress can make the easiest yoga pose feel like you're doing crunches on concrete. As a sleep expert at Sleep Country, I know the secret to being a master at yoga is a good night's rest. So start the year off right with the right sleep essentials, because at Sleep Country, we solve sleep. The New Year, New You event is here. With our unbeatable price guarantee, show us any lower price on a mattress or similar sleep item, and we'll beat it by at least 5%.
City News Time, 9:48.
Well, so much for the building boom. Despite a housing shortage and governments trying to get homes built faster, the city's condo market has slowed to a crawl. Mike Epple has more from the business center.
Those new condo buildings going up and around the GTA are seeing a record-breaking number of unsold units. Inventory jumped 41% in the last quarter of 2023, with more than 22,000 units waiting for buyers. Sean Hildebrand, president of Urbanation, tells the Toronto Star the market is moving the opposite direction of where it should be going. The problem, prices are too high in a high mortgage rate market, and pre-construction projects aren't selling either. The Urbanation study shows 31% of pre-construction projects in the GTA sold fewer than 30% of their units. Developers typically need to sell 70% of the suites to get shovels in the ground. The results have civic activists calling on governments to build more affordable housing to offset the private sector marketplace. Mike Epple, City News.
City News Time, 9:49. Tesla is recalling about 2.2 million vehicles.
It's called a recall, but the Tesla problem can be fixed by a software update that's already begun going out. The problem is incorrect font size on warning lights. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says this can make critical safety information difficult to read. That could increase the risk of a crash. Almost every model is affected: the S, the X, the 2017 through 23 Model 3, the Y, and the Cybertruck. Brian Clark, ABC News.
Coming up in 60 seconds, we'll check in with traffic and weather.
City News Time, 9:50.
You ever have that dream? You're in your house, and you find a hidden door that leads to a whole other room you never knew was there? It's your basement. AGMRenovations.com. Make your dream come true. AGM can turn your basement into a man cave, in-law suite, playroom, home office, home gym, whatever, in just 3 weeks. AGMRenovations.com. Call now and get $5,000 off. During Cora's All-You-Can-Eat Crepe Festival, 1 crepe is $10. 5 crepes, $10. 10 crepes? Any word? Also $10. Are we good? We're good. Offer available on plain crepes until February 11th. Only in restaurants at Cora Breakfast and Lunch. Want to learn to win big? Want sports betting skills and knowledge? Want to become a parlay king? Enroll in Gambling School today. Call 1-855-WINS-101. Gambling School isn't real. No amount of studying can guarantee a win. Learn more at gamblingisrandom.ca. A message from the Responsible Gambling Council.
Time, 9:51.
Time for traffic and weather together on the one. Here's Craig Gear.
This report is really light. We're not looking at any real major delays out there. So we're also brought to you by TMS Clinics of Canada. So you do pass by that stalled truck. It was the one that was called in by a vehicle fire on the westbound 401 at Westney. It's in the right shoulder. No delay getting by there. It's smooth sailing. Delays on the West 401 Brimley to Kennedy in the Express, though, and at Victoria Park in the Collectors. Eastbound 401 past Dixie in the Collectors, a bit of a drag. And then Dixon to the 400 Express and Collectors, slow through Kiel in the Collectors as well. Moving maintenance, pothole blitz week on the East 409 this morning. So approaching Martin Grove, 2 right lanes are blocked off here. Delays from the 427. A bit of volume on the South 404 DVP, south of Finch to south of Lawrence. Just a reminder here, just before 11 a.m. yesterday, they shut down that ramp off the South DVP to Lakeshore. It's going to be happening again today. Now, they were a bit earlier than 11, so that's why I'm mentioning it now. If you're going to be on the DVP later on this morning, no access to Lakeshore once they do set up this construction. Should reopen by the afternoon. Eastbound Gardner, busy park line to the Jarvis ramp, on and off. It's starting to break apart. Did you know 1 in 5 Canadians struggle with their mental health? Discover how TMS Clinics of Canada can help you or a loved one. For a free consultation, visit tmsofcanada.com. With the forecast, Jill Taylor.
Well, plenty of sunshine for you today. It is on the chilly side, though, still. We've got a brisk wind out of the north. Feels like -7 right now. It'll feel like -3 this afternoon. But so nice to have the sunshine. The guaranteed high today, +3 degrees. That's well above average. The average high is about -2. -4 for the low. It'll be mainly clear tonight. The wind will settle down, but still have a wind chill, feeling closer to -9 early Saturday. Mainly sunny, 3 degrees. Sunshine Sunday and 5, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Plenty of sunshine. May have some clouds at times, but it doesn't look like we'll have any wet weather until perhaps next Friday morning. So what a stretch. Soak up the sunshine. Right now, 0, mostly cloudy at Pearson, but some sunshine too. Sunny and 1 at City News. The guaranteed high, +3.
City News time, 9:53. This extended forecast is brought to you by Mississauga Hyundai. Visit Navadia's 3 Hyundai superstores during the I Love Winter Sale. Unbeatable deals and the warmth of Hyundai await you.
Looking for a Hyundai? I'm your guy.
Visit NavBadiasHyundai.com.
Got PC Optimum points? Claire does, and shops the bonus redemption event at Shoppers Drug Mart to get more free stuff for her points. If I redeem 100,000 points, I'll get $140 off. That's an extra $40 in value. I see a treat in my future. Awesome, Claire. The bonus redemption event runs February 2nd to 7th, in-store and online. Exclusive to Shoppers Drug Mart. It's your chance to get more free stuff for your points. And free feels good. Restrictions apply.
The Big Story. I'm your host, Jordan Heath Rawlings. Are outdoor cats the planet's most invasive species? Listen at the Big Story, podcast.ca, or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's going to be a busy weekend at the movies and on TV. ABC's Jason Nathanson has a rundown of what's new to watch, from Spies to the Grammys.
One new movie opening wide in theaters this weekend.
Who are these people?
Real-life spies.
Argyle finds Bryce Dallas Howard's author character caught up in her own world of espionage. Sam Rockwell, Bryan Cranston, and Dua Lipa co-star. Argyle will easily top the box office. More Spies on streaming. Mr. and Mrs. Smith is a reboot of the 2005 Angelina Jolie Brad Pitt movie. This one starring Donald Glover and Maya Erskine. That's on Prime Video. And Sunday night on CBS, it's The Grammys. Singer-songwriter SZA leads with 9 nominations. She's performing along with Billy Joel, Billie Eilish, U2, and more. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
Coming up in business news in 60 seconds, there could be a new chapter for Indigo Books with a bid to take the company private.
City News time, 9:55. So get this. The Ontario Liberals elected Bonnie Crombie as their new leader.
Bonnie who?
I just sent you her profile. Check out her place in the Hamptons.
Fancy. She's a big carbon tax supporter, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Check out her record as mayor.
Oh, get out of here. She even increased taxes in this economy.
Yeah, higher taxes, carbon taxes. She sounds expensive.
Bonnie Crombie and the Ontario Liberals.
They just don't get it. That'll cost you.
A message from the Ontario PC Party.
We all believe in the possibilities of tomorrow. And at Easy Financial, we're here to help you every step of the way. If the banks aren't an option, we can help get you approved for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. And with our personal, home equity, and auto loans, you can choose the loan that's right for you. So you can start rebuilding your credit for a better tomorrow. Plus, get up to $200 cash back with your new loan. January 29th to February 3rd only. Apply today without affecting your credit score at easyfinancial.com or at over 400 locations. Conditions apply.
City News Time, 9:56.
Now the business report. Here's Mike Apple.
Sarah, good morning. Meta Platforms and Amazon have blasted out of the starting gate on Wall Street this morning. Stocks are surging. Meta Platforms up nearly 20% on the record-breaking earnings for the parent company of Facebook and Instagram in its latest quarter. Amazon's up by 7%. These two companies combined with those gains have added over $250 billion in market value in just the opening trades here. It's remarkable to see how fast and serious the trading's actually been on Meta, which made $14 billion after last year, cutting costs and getting back to the basics on Facebook and Instagram, and also integrating AI into advertising targeting. Amazon had a stellar holiday sales quarter, revenue of about $170 billion, $14 billion in